We're going to attempt to make another ring with little teeny tiny seed beads threaded in. Look how tiny these are. So tiny. So we're going to use 18 gauge for the base, and then we're going to use 26 gauge to thread in the little beads. Start with probably a foot is going to be enough for this part. Take your 6mm bead with your 18 gauge. This is a cherry quartz, I believe. Thread it to the middle of the wire. I got paint on my fingers, don't mind me. And then you're gonna bend it 2 different ways. Pull these guys really tight from each end to get them tight around the bead, and then wrap one side all the way around until they meet, and keep going. Roll it as tight as you can, and once you get it about that far around, or as far as you like, bend it back so it kind of comes straight out from the bead. Then get your ring mandrel. I'm going to make this a 7. I'm going to wrap this around. Now, see how it sticks out a little bit? I want to keep it flat on the ring mandrel, so it takes a little bit of muscle in your fingers. You can also use the pliers. If you're careful, you're not going to scratch the wire. I'm going to come around like this. The opposite side. Pressing tight all the way around, get the ring nice and round and tight. Now we're going to wrap it around this way, like that, and come all the way around until we're here. Take it off the mandrel, carefully holding everything firmly. We're going to make a little bit of a loop right there, and then tightly holding everything firmly, we're going to push it through. Push it through, push it through, till we got it all the way through, all right? And make sure, I'm trying to make sure they don't roll over each other. I want to get them nice and smooth side by side, both strands. And I'm pulling them tight, try to get this, everything tight. Fold it over like that. And they're already perfect size. We're gonna make 2, this one, you can cut it down a little bit, but, you know, roll this backwards into a spiral. There you go. All right, pull this out of the way. Roll this a little tighter, push it up as close as we can, flatten it against the base of the ring, and now we'll make this little guy. This just came out almost perfect, but you should take a little bit more than a foot, because you never know, you might want to do a little bit more than this. And there we go. I'm going to flatten this one on top of the other one. Pinch it. All right, so now we got one little swirl on top of another little swirl. Cute, right? That'll work. Now let's get these little baby beads on here. Take 26 gauge. Don't need a lot, just enough to get them on, but we'll take extra because we don't, it's the first time I'm doing this, so just in case. So it'll take about 6 inches. Thread the beads on. Okay, bring them to the middle of the wire. Kind of give them a bend and a bend. Just try to lock them in, although they're going to slide all over the place. All right, and take your ring, wherever you're going to put these. Try to stab the 2 ends down in there. Okay, these are rolling all over the place. So I'm going to put them in a circle like this and try to find a way to crimp this wire so they stop moving. I can put a tiny little, like, no, they're even getting around that little thing. No, wait, I think I got it. I just had one on the wrong side of it when I made it. Okay, get over there. Okay, that's not working. I'm just going to resort right now to mashing them on. I'm just sticking them where I want them to be. I'm holding them tight, and I'm going to take this wire and just start wrapping it, both ends, just wrapping it randomly around whatever I can wrap it around, pulling it as tight as I can, and then hopefully I can go back and they're all in a good place, because these little critters just want to move all over the place. They're like toddlers. Like, they have all the energy and they can walk and run around, but they have like no sense of where they're supposed to be or how to stay in a spot that makes sense. They're just everywhere. It's like having 7 little toddlers running around your living room when you're trying to sweep or mop or something. All right, so we got so far, we got somewhere with this, but we're gonna have to tighten this down. All right, I have to be firm. I'm pushing them tighter, and that's made the wire wonk out. So we're gonna pull the wire tighter at the same time. This is where I'm so glad I have 10 fingers. I lost a finger once, and 9 fingers is just not enough for wire wrapping. You need all 10. I got a bionic finger to replace that finger. It's kind of like the one that Luke Skywalker got, like that new hand, except mine is just a finger. You can't even tell which one. They did such a good job. Like, can you tell? Can you guess? You can't. You can't guess. But anyway. And there's that one time I lost like 5 fingers, but that's a story you don't need to hear about. So, trying to get that tight in there. Ugh, this is turning into a mess. This is a mess. Okay, forget it. I'm going to thread them one at a time. Let's start over. Okay, take 2. I got the same size, pretty much, piece of wire, and I'm just going to take one end and anchor it in here somewhere. I want the little beads to go right across that area, so I'm just going to anchor the wire right here. Just wrap it around the ring several times and just pull it really tight. Now I'm just going to leave that part hanging out. I'll worry about that later, but just wrap it around several times. Okay, now we want to get the beads right around there. How are we going to do this? Let's try putting a bead on. And we want this bead to be right here. We want it right there. So let's put it right there, hold it there with our thumb, and go through here. Ugh, how do you guys do this? This threading stuff is like not fun. I don't know how you guys weave. It drives me nuts. I tried weaving something once. It took me like an hour to get one like 4-inch ladder of woven material just straight. I was like, oh my gosh, I could have made like 7 whole pieces of jewelry in this time. But for those of you who do it, I'm very impressed. Never mind seed beading. I don't even want to know about that. That sounds terrifying to me. Okay, that's good. That is where I want it to be. I don't know if it's going to stay there, but let's thread the next one. This seems to be working suddenly. I bet a lot of people were yelling at the screen earlier, like, why don't you just do it this way? Because I have to learn by messing up first. That's how it works. Sorry if that makes you uncomfortable, because I love it. I love messing up. It makes me so happy. And you think I'm joking. You think, oh, this is the comedy part. Nope. I love it. I love messing up. There's a whole bunch of entrepreneurs. What's one thing you wish you did more in your life? Any regrets? People worth like hundreds of millions. Any regrets? Number one thing they all agreed on. I wish I had messed up more. I wish I had tried more things that I had failed at, because every time I tried something that was scary and failed at it, it brought me that much closer to knowing exactly who I am and what I love and what I am good at. And so those failures were the opposite of what people think failures are. So I'm getting these guys on here. Sorry, the camera doesn't like to focus. Every time I move up or down, it goes in and out of focus. And then I have to keep adjusting it. I tried hiring somebody to do that, but it didn't work. Maybe I didn't hire the right person. I don't know. Let's get this here. Okay, that's looking good. I like this now. This is turning into a lot of fun. Plus, I get to hang out with you guys, and we get to talk. How have you been? How's your day? How's your dog? Has your dog adjusted to that new food you've been giving her? All right, let's get this one on. Ooh, look how cute it looks when the camera's in focus. Isn't that cute? And I'm pressing it up against where I want it to be, because I don't want the wire to put it in some place. The wire will put it anywhere it wants. I want the wire to put it where I want it to be. Okay. Oh, that's cute. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a cute little formation there. Now, I had 7 originally. I think I'm only going to do 5. I like odd numbers. It makes me happy. Unless I can figure out a way to get all 7 on here. I think the 5 are really doing the job of putting a cute little ridge around one side. And I'm also running out of... I had this little dip in the wire coming all the way through, and I'm running out of it. So you're probably like, well, teach us how to put that little dip there. And I'm like, you know what? You're going to have to figure that out. Because you saw me just figure this out. And I guarantee you guys are probably better than me at some of these things. So trust me, you'll get it. It's going to be awesome. Just fail forward. It's like you're tripping up the steps. You're failing, but you think it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. You're failing forward. That's what I call it. Failing forward. I can't remember if I stole that from someone or made it up myself. It really doesn't matter because it's just amazing. You can steal it if you want. You can use it. Tell your friends you made it up. I won't mind. All right, so I'm just trying to get these into a nice semicircle now. The cool thing about the first one I did is they were all on one wire, and so they just made their own semicircle. But those were slightly bigger beads that fit into the gauge I was using to make the ring. This is different, but it's coming out cute. Okay, I'm going to end each of these with a little curly Q swirl. So I'm going to cut a little less than an inch, like maybe about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, somewhere around there. And then I'm going to do my little swirls like I did before, but this time with the teeny tiny wire. Teeny tiny little swirls. So cute. See, I'm just rolling them a teeny tiny bit because I don't want to like overextend my wrist. It's nice and cute. Now you can take these and you can shove them in somewhere if you find a nice crevice to shove them in where you don't think they'll come out. I'm going to let them show, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of super glue. And remember, super glue is safe for your skin. It'll glue your skin together. Don't get it on your skin. But if you do, it's safe for your skin because super glue was originally made as a medical glue to glue wounds together. Did you know that? Yeah, it's true. That's why it can glue your fingers together so easily. But get the green cap kind, the gel super glue. You can get it at the dollar store. They still sell 2 of them for $1. Or you can go to the art store and pay $3 for just one. Exact same brand and everything. Whatever you want to do. So there we go. That's cute. Those little curly Qs make up for the fact that I'm missing my last 2 beads. It would have been cool if I could do 7. That would be cute. But these little swirls are cute too. Here it is. Take the tiniest bit. Take your little swirl when you decide where you're going to put it. Fold it up. Put a little bit of glue. Just a little bit. Fold it back down. Try not to get it on your fingers. Press it in place. Go to the next one. Same thing. Fold it down. Put the cap back on or it'll keep coming out and you'll waste it. And it'll get everywhere. Take a little piece of plastic or a little napkin or a tissue or something. Oh, shoot. I just glued that to my finger after everything I said. Look at that. Just yanked it right back out with my finger. Stick that back down there. Get down there. All right. I was going to say you can wipe off any excess like that, but or you can just glue it to your finger like I just did. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yay. Thanks for hanging out. Let's do this again soon. Or you can just click on another video and we can hang out again. Yay!